welcome back to Like Father, Like Son. Today we'll be talking mostly about my return from a cadet camp and the Polish Uprising. Since today,
Warsaw
the
Uprising.
Warsaw Uprising, since today is its anniversary.
Yeah. And then, how was your camp today?
I loved it. I came back today. I went on last Saturday, so 6 days, notably at Parsons Barracks near Emily Donington.
And you had a good fun.
Yeah, I had fun.
And yeah, we talk about that when you come back.
Mhm.
And what is really surprised me that when you said you were shooting from the real ammo,
Live ammunition.
which is incredible
yeah.
because you're 16 years old.
Mhm.
You cannot buy your own beer in the pub,
Mhm.
but according to cadets, you can shoot.
I'm not even fully 16. I'm still a couple 10 days off, something like that. Yeah, 10 days off to the dot today.
Yeah, but it's mean that the cadets, they really trust you and they believe that you won't do anything stupid. But do you think that in general, because one times we talk about the cadets and different opportunities in the cadets, which is in general, in my
It is
opinion,
insane. There is so
it's
much of
amazing.
it.
Yeah, but do you think that the cadets and the staff and instructor think that you more mature than most of the teenagers?
Definitely. To be fair to them, they have so many precautions. It's just so hard to do anything dumb.
That's fair.
But yeah, we are definitely trusted, and we are definitely more trusted than the average teenager.
Yeah, but it's take a long time as well to come into that place because you are with the cadets almost 2 years now, I'm right?
Slightly more than 2 years.
Yeah. And what I have to say that I'm really proud that you went as a 2-star cadet and you said that you come back probably as you will get a promotion for the corporal. You will
and
be 3
finish
stars.
and finish my 2-star.
Yeah. Then you will be 3
Effectively,
stars.
we have like a certain amount of things in cadets that we have to do to pass star levels. I have pretty much, almost certainly, completed everything for the 2-star one. So I will be what's called 3-star in training. So I'll be working towards my 3-star now.
Yeah, and what you said that you will be like kind of instructor, I'm right?
I'll get to do something called a JCIC, which stands for Junior Cadre Instructionary Course, which is exactly what it sounds like. The younger people, like in terms of cadets, like all the 2-stars, so on, get to do a course on how to teach the other cadets. We basically get to teach
how to safely operate around all this stuff.
Well, we don't teach anything like skill and arms based, but we will learn how to correctly and fully teach stuff like drill, how to teach navigation, how to teach this and that and so forth. Which is extremely worth it. I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's also transferable to general life skills. This isn't just specifically teaching these and these subjects.
And it's not only about the army, to be fair, yeah?
Yeah.
It's only about the cadets.
Yeah.
It's, as you said, that it's a life skills which you can be.
This is a course of teaching. This is not a course of teaching for cadets. This is just teaching to teach others, which I think is so insanely worth it, especially when I'm basically only 16.
And what I'm really proud that you get an award for the best shooter, which is really cool.
We shot for groupings, meaning shoot as close to each other as possible, not in terms of like scoring, literally shoot as close to the other bullets as you can, and I got the tightest or the smallest grouping, so I got a really cool award out of it. I think it looks really cool.
Yeah, which is really, it's really cool. Great. And what I'm really glad that you save some food. And you brought me some food, which is well, to be fair, it's really good.
The ration packs we have is literally normal food, literally normal. Well, I say normal, like literally cubes and diced potatoes and this and that, and like about this big pork sausages, literally in sausage casseroles, in steak and vegetable and dumplings, in
Yeah, but you know,
all
it's
day
not
breakfasts.
only about the food, how
Well,
it was
yeah.
made, but it's also how you warm
How-
up the
yeah.
food. It's amazing. It's instantly amazing because you have a magnesium iron. I'm right.
Yeah, a magnesium iron sachet is
In the
used.
pack.
Yeah, in the pack. You pour in a little bit of water. You put like the food packet in. You like close it.
Wrap up.
15 minutes later, 12-15 minutes later, you now have steaming hot food.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's really worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can imagine that it's a great way to warm up the food
In field, yeah.
in field.
We did
Because-
some field exercises as well.
Yeah, because you can just like warm up, wait till it's cooled down, and you can just throw that. Because it's a not normal waste. It's not only
Yeah.
anything like this special waste. It's normal waste. Which is incredible. It's amazing to be fair.
Again, it's a closed sachet, so it's not like it's anything toxic. You can literally put it in a bin when it's like cooled down enough.
Okay, then roughly how many cadets were in the camp today? 60. You said.
In my carder, like my 2-star carder,
Yeah.
we had about 80 by the end.
Wow, 80.
Yeah, that's not counting the 3 stars,
Laila,
because
wait,
there were also like 3 stars on camp. That's not counting the other more senior
Laila.
cadets.
wait.
So there was quite a lot of people. Well, no, in field exercises we used, well, I say we, the adults throwed down through smoke grenades and flare tracer rounds, which is like a flare but just a lot lower and a lot less bright and so forth.
In the night.
It wasn't per se night, but it was like evening-ish. It was kind of like this sort of
Okay. Well, okay.
weather.
Yeah, but you was very lucky with the weather as well.
Yeah,
Because
no
you-
rain.
You spent two nights.
2 nights, 3 days in the field.
Then
We
you
got
slept.
to shoot blanks as well, which is cool.
Yeah, and because also what I saw on the one of the NCO, I'm right. He teach you how to conquer the object, attack the objects,
Oh yeah,
which is
we well
cool as
we
well.
didn't get taught that. We kind of get taught that at detachment level. What we did was the section attack,
Yeah,
which was approximately 8 of us. My lot had 10. We were then allowed to use our training, and from what we did, we basically split into 2 5-people teams.
But don't you think that it teach you as well, like team working?
Yeah, it definitely works as
a lot.
teamwork. Yeah.
Because to finish the object, to finish the task, you need to work together. And in my opinion, that's pretty amazing as well.
We also got issued personal radios, PRRs, personal radio receivers. Only the commander and the sub commander got given them because of equipment. But yeah, we also got to use radio comms, which was really cool, because you could be on the other side of the field and go, "Hello, we need support," and they would literally hear you.
Come in.
Yeah, and could come over and help you.
It's really good. Yeah, but the second topic it was
Mm?
Warsaw Uprising. Do you know what you know about Warsaw Uprising? Do you know when it started?
The first
1st of August.
August,
And
yes.
do you remember year?
1944.
Oh, well done. But do you remember? Okay, you know that, but one of the band, he's got a
Yeah.
very good song about Warsaw Uprising. It's called Uprising.
Yeah. It's literally just called Uprising.
Yeah, it's from Sabaton. And if I
Or
go
do you
to-
know the band's called Sabaton? Yeah.
Yeah. But if I might be wrong, but I think it was one of the songs which you really like.
The
Sabaton?
album on which it's on, it's called Coat of Arms, was the first one I ever listened to.
Number of the time.
Yeah, in the
Number.
car.
Yeah.
Because back then we had a car with like a proper radio, so we put the CD discs in and listen to that endlessly.
Yeah. Which is in my opinion, it's one of the best album
Mhm.
still.
I like it. It's good.
Still have a lot of good music and songs. But Warsaw Uprising, yeah, Uprising from Sabaton, in my opinion,
Mhm.
it's really good.
There's also some
song.
Polish songs about it. Some about the Grey Ranks, which is basically the teenagers that fought.
Yeah, and you know, it's exactly what I want to ask you. Then, do you think that the people in your age, because in the Warsaw Uprising, it was fighting people in your age,
16,
15,
17, yeah,
16,
15,
it was
16.
called the Grey,
Yeah, the Grey Ranks.
Grey Ranks, which were like from the kind of scouts and cadets.
They did everything from actually fighting to being runners, like ferrying messages
Yeah, but
and handing out ammunition to
yeah,
the soldiers.
but now we come to my question: do you think the people in that age they should to fight? They should to fight for freedom, and is it any price? Is it anything which you should to kill and die for? Because we know from history that
Yeah.
uprising it was only for 63 days, and those people they fight for freedom. They died. Number of them died. I might be wrong, but I think 40,000 people from the Polish side were killed, fighters, and roughly 100,000 civilians were killed, and 90% of the city was destroyed by the Nazi German.
Notably, when we went to Warsaw, well, we saw some of the museums, like some of the plaques,
And
some of the areas that. One of the ice cream shops near the area had a section of it which was glassed off, and you could still see all the bullets, all the shells,
holes,
all like the holes in the wall.
which is
But it was basically just a snapshot of history.
yeah. But do you think that the British tourist or any tourist, which they going to Warsaw, they should be aware that most of the buildings they built from the scratch.
Yeah, they should be aware. It's a part of history.
Yeah, and hopefully, well, maybe we'll be able to go
Back
next
to
year.
Warsaw and see it.
Yeah, to see
Yeah.
the stopping of the celebration because I'm almost. I only wonder what is the impression of any tourist on the 1st of August who's walking on the street and at 5 o'clock everything stopped and you can hear the noise of the alarms.
Just for quick context brief, W hour.
Yeah, W hour.
W hour is the same thing as Remembrance Day, basically. We stop for a couple minutes, remember the fallen, remember the day. But
yeah, but in my opinion,
but W hour only affects, well, it doesn't only affect Warsaw, but the uprising happened almost exclusively in Warsaw. So it's a bit different.
Yeah, but I think from one side, it's frankly the whole country celebrate that. Celebrate is the wrong word, but remember that.
Remember it.
But from other side, I can understand the context because during the occupation, the Warsaw was the biggest city which decided to fight and fight for a very long time and fight for with very limited capacity to even win. Because the Germans, they've got everything. They've got aircraft, they have artillery, they have heavy
armored,
they have tanks, and Poles, they just.
Poles had makeshift grenades, and very limited gun grenades.
Yeah.
But back to the question of should teenagers fight? It's all very well sitting here as armchair historians and going, well, after the fact, this many people died, this and this happened, it was a failure, so no, of course they shouldn't.
Yeah, but
But from a more practical side, let's think about it. These teenagers, these people, were under Nazi occupation for 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. And the Russians, by this point, were near the Vistula River. So there was a real hope that the Russians could break through the river and relieve the Poles. So, if I was thinking about it, we've been under occupation for 5 years, and now someone's coming literally across the river someone that could absolutely save us, this was one of the best times to rise. I mean, after the fact, now we know that the Russians,
Soviets. It wasn't only Russians.
Soviets, were exhausted, were lacking supplies, were this and that. But of course, the citizens and the resistance of Warsaw wouldn't have known that. They would have just seen the Russian Soviet war machine storming to within reaching distance of the city, and would have thought this would have been a pretty good time to rise and fight the Germans.
And take revenge.
Yeah, and let's be honest, they were taking revenge of the occupation.
That's what we said
Mm-hmm.
when we talk one time. You never know that you can go to school, university, work, and never come back.
Whether be arrested, deported, shot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was like live 5 years constantly in the fear of what's happening the next day. Which for us it's easy to say that it was pointless, it was a catastrophe, it was
It was a catastrophe. The logistics were all over the place, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it was very, they even didn't have any chance to win. But anyway, they stand up, they fight really.
They fought well. Let's be honest, they fought well.
Really well.
They fought for
63 days in the urban combat with the light weapon, with it wasn't regular army.
2 months of regular civilians picking up a gun, being ordered to take building, and then taking it and holding it for as long as they did is incredibly impressive and a testament to the Polish bravery. And what desperation drives you to, let's be honest.
Yeah, but I think that desperation, that is a clue, very important word as well, because those people, they know that it's not any other option for them. But from other side, I'm always saying, okay, then just imagine 40 people died, and even if the many young people have been killed, and those people, they can be like a next generation of the Poles who will like thrive the country. But of course, it was communism after, and probably there will be persecution. Many of them anyway will die or be killed by NKWD or Polish security police or any other service. But number of them, they can just like emigrate to the
Western
countries,
world,
Western world, and set up the new companies. Maybe
some new medical advancements, some new scientific advancements. I mean, history is always just a question of what if. It's never clear cut.
That's why I think that history is amazing, because we should learn from what history gives us, from that lesson we should learn. And that's why I love history. But it's what is really shame. A lot of people, they don't want to learn the lesson. They don't want to understand what happened, or they see everything only black and white when it's so many other gray area as well. Because like the Warsaw Uprising, it wasn't something like
it wasn't.
I think that I don't have the right to say that they shouldn't fight.
It was never gonna be a clear. It was never gonna be a clear-cut victory or defeat. It depended on so many factors.
Yeah, because like who I am to say that sacrifice was unnecessary. They shouldn't stand up. They shouldn't fight. I have everything. I live in the safe world. I have very secure life. I have a food. I don't afraid to walk on the street even when it's dark. When those people in Warsaw in the 1944
had none of that.
Exactly. If they walk the street in the night, they can be shot without any question. Because they were Poles. Or at least, if they're lucky, they will go to the prison or be deported to the Auschwitz. Which anyway, it's not present. And it's almost was like a death sentence.
Imagine being called lucky to be arrested.
Yes, but
that was the world of 1944 Poland. It was insane.
That's why I think that none of us, none of my generation or your generation, has a right to
judge and criticize.
Judge as well. Because I'm the same. I hate people who say, yes, the Warsaw Uprising was a great rebellion against oppression. But when you speak with those people and you say that, but mate, look on that, so many people died, so many young people give a blood, and do you think that those people should to live, or you 20, then you will go and fight for your freedom if you need? And most of the people, they say, yes, I will. But in the time,
But when the
prove that,
time comes and volunteering comes,
yeah, they
none of them
disappearing.
do. Yeah, none of them ever do.
Yeah, it's, in my opinion, it's a little bit like that happened in the Ukraine, when a lot of young people, they fled country and they don't want to come back to fight for freedom. But
I mean, I get it. I can't say I don't get it. If someone told me, hey, do you want to go fight?
you
I
won't.
would definitely say no.
Yeah,
But in 1944, again, people were desperate. People were under repression for 5 years.
yeah, but
There's a change in perspective.
yeah, exactly.
Perspective is so much.
Yeah,
You,
it's that
yeah,
what I mean. It's
yeah.
like you can live, you live in the secure life, safe and secure life. But if everything will change and you will live in the 5 years in the oppression, when you can be, when your friends or family, they've been shot, they've been hostage,
Arrested,
they
they've been,
arrested,
yeah,
they've been
deported,
tortured,
yeah,
deported.
tortured.
It's exactly what when we went to Poznan to that fort.
Yeah, the Fort 7, the
Yeah,
first
when
concentration camp, yeah.
it was wow, how that possible had happened, and why people didn't fight for their life. In my opinion, that's why we're not on the position to judge, criticize, or say anything that they shouldn't, because I think that we don't have moral
Yeah.
duty to say that we can't, we just can't. I think that all of the people who fight in the Warsaw Uprising,
They had
should be
a,
respected.
yeah, they had a right to fight,
Right.
they had a right to not
While
fight.
wait, yeah,
But,
but
yeah.
it's like the same. It's a two sides of the same coin. And again, we're not the people who's got moral duty, who can say anything about
It's all,
negative.
again, it's all very well and sitting here after that fact saying, oh, this many people died, they didn't even succeed, that was no point. It's all, but just remember, the Poles had the thought of, the Russians have crossed, well, the Soviets have crossed the river. The Americans can help drop supplies. Some maybe some paratroop reinforcements could have come in from somewhere at some point. Very little, barely anything of the supply drops materialized.
Okay, but then will you tell for your cadets, friends in the cadets, and your friends, they should go to Warsaw in the 1st of August to see remembrance and the celebration of that event, and you will teach them a little bit more, because what is really weird as well, a lot of people, they mixed up the Warsaw Uprising
And the ghetto, the ghetto
which is
uprising.
like a year before, when a lot of people, they mix up the both uprisings. And I think people, especially in the Western world, they should to, let's say, educate themselves a little bit more, because it's a lot of good books and a lot of movies
And some songs,
songs,
some books, some TV. Yeah, The Pianist,
Yeah.
the movie on,
Yeah.
I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's on Netflix.
which is
It's-
amazing.
I personally haven't watched it, but it looks
But good.
really good.
But
It does look really good. So,
well, then it's, anyway, even in your opinion, the resistant fighters, they should be respected,
yeah.
and we're not on the position to judge anything or anyone.
You can't judge them for fighting, you can't judge them for not fighting. Respect them, because they deserve respect from anyone and everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Then, if hopefully we go, the next year we go to Warsaw, you will see any resistant fighter from AK, country army. Will you buy a cup of tea for them?
Yes, if I have the chance to, I absolutely would.
Well done for you. Great.
They're veterans, they deserve respect. Of course they do.
Then remember, just if you're in the Warsaw or Polish city in the 1st of August, stand up with the rest of the Poles. Respect. 1
Respect the
minute.
sacrifice.
Yeah. Sacrifice, and just speak with other Polish people about why and what's happened. Yeah. Cool. See you soon.
See any museums that could have anything cool. Goodbye, and see you next time.
Remember when the Nazis was the rule on Poland?